Have you ever wondered which kitchen design actually works better, open or closed? It's one of those decisions that seems simple, until you're the one making it. Open kitchens look modern and feel social. You can cook and still be part of the conversation. Closed kitchens, on the other hand, give you peace, privacy, and a clear separation between cooking and living spaces. But here's the thing, it's not just about looks. What works best for one home might be a total mistake in another. So how do you know which layout is really right for you? In this video, we're diving deep into both options. We'll talk about the real pros and cons, hear what actual homeowners are saying, and share what top designers are seeing in 2025. Whether you love entertaining or value a quiet kitchen space, this breakdown will help you see the bigger picture. Let's compare open versus closed kitchens, and find out which one truly makes sense for your home. What's the difference? Before we jump into the pros and cons, let's get one thing clear. What exactly is the difference between an open kitchen and a closed kitchen? An open kitchen is designed to flow directly into other living areas, like your dining room or living room, without any full walls or doors separating them. It's one big, shared space. You can cook while chatting with guests on the couch, help the kids with homework at the dining table, or watch TV while stirring a pot. Everything feels connected. These kitchens are popular in modern homes and open concept layouts because they make the space feel larger, brighter, and more social. On the flip side, a closed kitchen is more traditional. It's a separate room, usually with 4 walls and a door or 2. It keeps the cooking zone completely private. No noise leaking out. No guests walking through while you're trying to focus on a recipe. It's your space, and you don't have to worry about cleaning it up the second you're done cooking. Think of it this way. Open kitchen equals social, shared, airy. Closed kitchen equals private, focused, contained. Both designs have their own vibe and function. And depending on your lifestyle, one might work way better than the other. Now that you know the difference, let's dig into the real benefits of each, starting with open kitchens. The case for open kitchens. Let's talk about open kitchens, the layout that's been trending for years. You see them everywhere, in home magazines, on renovation shows, and all over social media. And for good reason. Open kitchens look modern and stylish. They remove the walls that separate the kitchen from the rest of the home, creating one large, flowing space. This design works especially well in smaller homes or apartments, where every inch matters. Without walls blocking light or sidelines, your entire home can instantly feel bigger, brighter, and more welcoming. One of the biggest benefits? You're never cut off. Whether you're cooking dinner, making coffee, or just cleaning up, you can still chat with your kids, watch TV, or entertain guests. It creates a more social, connected feeling, which many people love. Open kitchens also give you more design flexibility. You can add a kitchen island with bar seating, extend your dining area, or decorate the whole space in one seamless style. It's perfect for hosting friends or having casual family dinners right in the kitchen. But here's the big question: does this open setup actually work for everyone? It sounds great, but it does come with some trade-offs, which we'll get into shortly. For now, it's clear why so many people fall in love with the open kitchen vibe. It's bright, it's social, and it looks amazing. But is it always the smartest choice? Let's take a look at the downsides next. The downsides of open kitchens. Let's be honest, open kitchens may look beautiful, but they aren't perfect. Yes, they're bright, modern, and great for hosting. But when it comes to everyday living, there are a few things you really need to consider. First, smells travel fast. Cooking something spicy or frying fish? That smell is going to drift into your living room, your hallway, even your bedroom if the space is open enough. Without walls to contain it, the entire house becomes part of the kitchen, whether you want it to or not. Then there's the noise. Blenders, dishwashers, exhaust fans, and even clanging pans can feel extra loud when there are no doors or walls to block the sound. This can be a big issue if your kitchen connects to your TV room or work from home space. Another thing most people don't think about: the mess is always visible. If you're someone who likes to clean up right after cooking, that might not bother you. But if you prefer to relax after dinner and deal with dishes later, an open kitchen can feel stressful. Your guests will see every dirty pan, every splash on the counter, because nothing is hidden. Storage can also be a challenge. With fewer walls, you lose upper cabinet space, which can make organizing a bit harder, especially if you have a lot of kitchen tools or pantry items. So while open kitchens look amazing, they also demand more effort to keep clean, quiet, and under control. If that sounds like too much hassle, don't worry, there's another option. Let's talk about the other side of the design debate: closed kitchens and why some homeowners actually prefer them. Why some people prefer closed kitchens. While open kitchens get all the attention these days, there's a reason closed kitchens are still loved by many homeowners. In fact, some people are choosing to go back to them, and once you understand why, it actually makes a lot of sense. First off, closed kitchens give you privacy. You can cook, clean, or prep without anyone watching or walking through. It's your space, and you don't have to worry about keeping it guest ready all the time. For people who like a little peace while cooking, or just don't want to feel like they're on display, it's a game changer. Another big benefit? Smells and sounds stay in the kitchen. Frying, boiling, baking, whatever you're making, those smells are easier to contain. And noisy appliances like dishwashers or blenders won't disrupt the rest of the house. It's especially helpful if you have young kids, work from home, or just enjoy a quieter atmosphere. Then there's the extra storage space. With 4 full walls, you get way more room for upper cabinets, shelves, and even wall-mounted appliances. Everything has a place, and you don't have to worry about clutter being in plain sight. Closed kitchens also feel cozy. They're great for focused cooking and serious meal prep. You can spread out, make a mess, and clean up later, without it impacting the rest of your home. Of course, some people worry that a closed kitchen feels too cut off from the rest of the house. And yes, you do lose that open, connected feeling. But for many, the benefits, privacy, storage, and control, far outweigh that trade-off. So while closed kitchens may not be the trendiest choice, they're still practical, peaceful, and perfect for certain lifestyles. But what if you like both ideas? Don't worry, there's a way to get the best of both worlds. Let's talk about that next. What's not so great about closed kitchens? Closed kitchens have their benefits: privacy, extra storage, and quiet cooking time. But let's not pretend they're perfect. Just like open kitchens, closed kitchens come with their own set of downsides. First off, they can feel small and boxed in. With walls on all sides, it's easy for the space to feel a bit cramped, especially in homes that don't have large kitchen areas to begin with. Natural light might not reach every corner, and without an open layout, it can feel a little dark or disconnected from the rest of the home. And that leads to the next big issue: isolation. If you're the one doing all the cooking, you're often cut off from family or guests. No chatting with your kids while they do homework. No catching up with friends while dinner's on the stove. It can feel a little lonely, especially if the kitchen isn't near the main living areas. Closed kitchens also don't work well in smaller homes or open floor plan layouts. In compact spaces, adding full walls can make everything feel tighter. You lose the flow that makes a home feel spacious and airy. That's why many newer builds lean toward open or semi-open kitchen concepts. They help the whole house feel bigger. Plus, when hosting, a closed kitchen can make entertaining a bit more awkward. You're away from your guests, which can be inconvenient if you're trying to cook and socialize at the same time. So while closed kitchens offer more control and a quieter environment, they also come with limitations, especially when it comes to light, space, and social interaction. That brings us to the real question: how do you choose the right one? Well, it depends on your lifestyle, your home's layout, and what matters most to you. And if you're stuck between both styles, don't worry, there's a middle ground. Let's explore how you can get the best of both worlds next. Real results from real homes. It's easy to get caught up in design trends and pretty photos. But what actually happens when real people live with these kitchens every day? Let's take a look at what homeowners are saying after switching from one layout to the other. The results might surprise you. One couple in a small city apartment knocked down a wall to open up their closed kitchen. They instantly noticed how much brighter and bigger the space felt. "We used to feel cut off from everything," they said. "Now, cooking feels like part of family time." They added a small island, used open shelving, and loved how the kitchen became the heart of their home. But not everyone feels that way. Another family with young kids converted their open kitchen back into a closed one, and they don't regret it. "We were constantly cleaning," they explained. "Every mess was visible, and the noise drove us crazy during homework time." They installed a sliding door, added more cabinets, and now say their kitchen feels calmer and more functional. One homeowner tried a semi-open design, keeping a wide opening but adding a half wall to block side lines. The result? "It's the perfect balance," they said. "We still feel connected, but we don't have to panic clean every time someone drops by." The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Real-life results show that both layouts can work beautifully, or fail miserably, depending on your needs. What matters most is how you live, how you cook, and how much mess or noise you can tolerate. Some people thrive in the energy of an open kitchen. Others prefer the calm and control of a closed one. That's why it's so important to think beyond trends and focus on function. And if you still can't decide, don't worry. The hybrid kitchen might be exactly what you're looking for. Let's talk about that next. What designers recommend in 2025. So, what are the experts saying this year? Is the open kitchen still the go-to design in 2025? Or is the closed kitchen making a quiet comeback? According to top interior designers and architects, the answer isn't black and white, but the trends are definitely shifting. For years, open kitchens were the star of modern homes. People loved the open flow, the bright light, and the social connection. And in many new builds, they're still a popular choice, especially in smaller homes or apartments where space needs to feel bigger and more connected. But in 2025, designers are noticing a growing demand for more separation, and not just for style reasons. With more people working from home and families spending more time indoors, homeowners want spaces that feel more calm, focused, and private. And that includes the kitchen. Many designers say closed or semi-closed kitchens are making a comeback, especially in larger homes or luxury renovations. The reasons? Less noise, better smell control, more wall space for storage. And honestly, some people are just tired of feeling like their entire house needs to stay spotless all the time. At the same time, open kitchens aren't going away. Instead, designers are getting more creative. They're using glass partitions, pocket doors, or half walls to offer flexibility, so you can open up the space when entertaining, and close it off when you need a break. Some experts call it the flex kitchen, not fully open, not fully closed, but something in between. And that flexible approach is becoming a major trend in 2025. So, what's the takeaway? Designers aren't just focused on looks anymore. They're focused on lifestyle. They want your kitchen to work for how you actually live, not just how it looks in a photo. And if you're still torn between both layouts, the good news is, you don't have to pick just one. Let's explore how to get the best of both worlds, next. The best of both worlds. Can't decide between open and closed? You're not alone. Luckily, you don't have to choose just one. More and more homeowners are now going for a third option, a layout that gives you the light and space of an open kitchen, with the privacy and control of a closed one. It's called the semi-open kitchen, and it's becoming a favorite in real homes. So how does it work? Think of a kitchen that's still connected to the living or dining area, but with smart dividers that give you flexibility. For example, glass partitions let light through but block noise and smell. You still feel connected to the rest of the house, but the kitchen has its own defined space. Or imagine a kitchen with sliding doors or folding panels. When you want an open look, slide them open. When you want to hide the mess or keep the smells in, close them. It's a simple but powerful way to create control without giving up style. Some people even use half walls or raised counters to block sight lines while keeping the layout open. This gives a visual separation without making the kitchen feel boxed in. You get the best of both worlds, airiness and privacy, openness and order. In real homes, these hybrid designs are solving real problems. Busy parents can cook while still watching the kids. People who work from home can block out noise during meetings. And when guests come over, you can decide just how, on display, your kitchen should be. Semi-open kitchens are also great for small spaces. They create zones without making the home feel smaller. And design-wise? They can look sleek, modern, or even cozy and classic, depending on the materials and layout you choose. So if you're torn between open and closed, a semi-open design might be exactly what your home needs. Next, let's wrap it all up and help you figure out which style fits you best. So, what's the verdict? Open kitchens are social, stylish, and great for connecting with family and friends. Closed kitchens offer privacy, peace, and a more focused space for cooking. And if you want both, a semi-open kitchen might be your perfect match. At the end of the day, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The best layout depends on your home, your habits, and your lifestyle. Now we want to hear from you. Which one would you choose? Open, closed, or a mix of both? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real design ideas and smart home inspiration. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.